as well as some important logic that we apply on SharePoint app. So please let me know once you're able to see my app. So let me know once you're able to see my screen.
Yes, sir.
So one of the requirement whenever we get an app building in SharePoint will be that like to get the requester's name. So when I come as a requester into the app, I should get my requester name pre-populated. So like again we have to toggle the control. Before we do that, we select our data card of our people picker. We come to advanced property, and we see if the control is locked or unlocked. If it is already unlocked, because last time we had done this as a require. So whenever it is like like if it is a pre-populated column, then what we will do, we will make this as false. Control will become false, but I need to have this control to be like it should be like my it should capture my name automatically. So when I select my data card, I will be having one property as default that would be pointing to this request, this item dot request name. As I've said in my previous session, this item points to the current request, so I will keep this code as is. Then I have a code which will fetch me the current logged in user's name with other attributes, because I'm binding it to people picker. I will just place this code, and I will just trim this additional functionality, and let me close this. And right now my form name is actually FRM submit, so I have to change the name FRM submit. So this piece of code will get the current user's email, full name, and bind that data to this control. So once I do this, I can see my name has been populated onto this data card. And also I want this control to be read only. So when I come here, I have one more property, display mode. By default it will be like parent dot display mode. Then once I give a dot, it will give me a three option: a disabled, edit, or view. So I need this control to be view only control, so I will mark it as a view only control. So now my control is in a view only mode. So this is a one change that we make. So right now when my app is loaded on a publish mode, this data will be captured. It verifies into SharePoint user profile, and it picks my data, current logged in user information. So there will be a transaction between Power Apps and SharePoint service. So at this, until unless my name is not captured onto the screen, this screen should not load into my user interface. So I have to also make some changes in this screen. The screen, we have one more property as loading spinner. By default, the loading spinner would be none. So now what I will do, I will just change to data. So if any of my controls, so like you can toggle the spinner on for the on three bases. For controls, like you want to load your screen. Once all the controls are populated onto the screen, then you can give controls. If you want to get the data on your screen to be pulled from a certain data source, you can give it as data. If you don't, if you like you don't have some specification of such, then you can point it to none. So I will change it to data. So yes, so now this configuration has been accepted. So what I will do, I will just make this change to app 2 to 3. Now I will save it, and I will publish this app. Sorry. Now my app is published, so I will just click onto this app. So you can see now my changes has been accepted, and you can see a spinner that was coming up. The spinners, that will toggle sometime. Sometime it will only point to a splash screen, or sometime it will come over here. So now the changes what I have committed onto this app is available. Now next piece, when I make a submission over here, I just enter my name. So also, yeah, let me not make submission in my name. Let me go to Adele's profile. So right now Adele is the submitter. So her name is captured automatically. So I will just enter the other information in this form, submit this. So now my data has been submitted onto the list. So the other change that I would be making onto this app would be like I will be coming to my settings. I would change this app icon instead of edit. I will, because I'm making a new submission. I'll just give it as add icon, and then I will change this background matching to my app scheme. And as well as, like when I hit to submit, you can see a delay to make the other actions like setting the request status and submit a click. So there may be a chance that user may once again he may click a submit button. To override this action, we basically add a loading spinner image as a as a progress bar. So basically what we do, we come to this media section, then we upload if we have any svg file of the spinner. So here, like I have my spinner svg file. I select it. So if it is rendered, it will be pointing like this. I can see my image. You can also upload any video, any kind of multimedia files. You can even you can upload mp3 files as well. Also, maximum upload should be of 200 megabytes, not more than that. So now, firstly, to set up progress bar, I will come to my icon section. Here I have a rectangle. Rectangle I will select it. I will position this to entire end of my screen. Then for this rectangle, I have this fill property. I will select this fill property, and this is a color combination RGB for this color what you're seeing over here. I will just change this to 000 to make this as black. I mean, it is black. And last one is like accent. So this basically value that gives us the transparency of the control. So I will make it as 0.5. So you can see this transparency would be better for this rectangle. Upon this rectangle, I'll also insert image control where I can point my spinner. So under spinner, I have the image control. I will position this to a center of my screen. I will expand this, and then I will select my image. I will say give it as fill or fit, whatever that looks good. I will do this. Now I will select from my app gallery, because like now I want to hide this spinner, and these two controls should be working as a part, as a single part, as a combination. So I will select both these controls, and when I click onto this under insert, when I click onto this toggle, I will get a gallery, but also I will get one option as a group. Yeah. So now I've selected. So if I come to home, not insert menu, but onto home menu, I have to select both my controls, and then I have to click on to group. So both the controls are grouped together, and here I will just rename this group as GRP spinner. Now, like I have to place some visibility logic for the spinner control, or else it will even when if I publish this right now, it will not allow me to submit the form because this control will be has been overlaid onto this screen. So what I will do, I will click on to screen attribute again, and again in the screen attribute, we have one property on visible. Here I will just invoke update context. Now update context is a function that we use to declare, like context variable. The context, the set command is used to declare global variable that will be available through all the screens. Once the value is assigned to the set function to a variable, it will be available in throughout all the screens, but the context variable will be active only under the screen where it has been declared. So we cannot declare a context variable on app start. Only set variables, those are global variables, can be set on app start, but the context variable will be declared within the limits of your screen. Here's where with context where spinner, mark it as a false, closure of the curly braces, closure of this function. So now I have declared a variable where spinner of type uh, whose initial value is false. So now I will select this logic. I'll come to my spinner. Uh, First, yeah, I will copy this code so that I can make the changes in other portions of my app. I will select this spinner, and under spinner, I have again a property of visible. Instead of a spinner, I will mark it as where spinner. So now my progress bar is hidden, and then I will click on to button. As soon as my button is clicked, before submission action takes place, I want my spinner to be like should be popped out to the screen. So I will make this as true. I will give a semicolon saying that this is the first action. The next after semicolon is the second action. So this is like a terminator, line terminator. So yes, now my form submit is submit, and then again also I have to make some changes in on failure and on success, because for example, if you don't fill the manager's name and you hit on to submit, spinner will start, control will be passed to on failure, but because right now your spinner is in a true mode, it will be keep on on the submit button we have set it as a true, so it will be in the true mode, so we have to make it false. Also, yeah, I will just do alt enter, paste this code. So it is already set to false. I'm setting it to false so that I can see my notification and I can make changes in my app. Sorry. Also, let me come to on success over here. Once I pack my record, then the last action would be redirecting to this app. So I can either I can hide it or I can keep progress as is. Depends on the request type. I will place this code. Sorry, sorry, and also, sometime you will be working on a very slow network. Also, the another way to check user may be invoking this app on a very slow internet connectivity. He might have filled the forms correctly and he has returned to submit, and submission was done, and the response from SharePoint list was delayed. And once the response is received from SharePoint list, it will pass the control to on success activity. So it is better to give a notify action to the user saying that submission submitted successfully. Successfully. Yes. So here we give this notification. Now all the changes onto this app beautification related stuffs are done. So let me change my header this time. So this would be my final change to this app. So what I will do, because this is a final change, let me not give any number to this. Let me save it. Let me publish this change. So it is published. Also, yeah, there is one change. Like this change dashboard should be visible when I select my dashboard value as change dashboard. So I will select this data card, and I have a property visible. I will select this and I will give a condition. Before that, I have to see the control name of this data card, that is data card value 4. So let me copy this. Let me paste it, data card value 4. Let me select this data card and visible. Here I will give a condition. If my data card value dot selected dot value equals to double quotes, I will just come to my list, not to list. I have to go to my, because this is a part of my, the field dashboard type. I will just I will edit this, and I will select this change dashboard value. So it is equals to change dashboard. Then it is true, else it is false. So right now you cannot see this data card, but it's available within the screen, so it will get hidden up. So yeah, this change is done. So let me mark it as one. Let me save it. We publish it. So yeah, so now my new changes are ready. So let me come to new dashboard. Let me change it to change dashboard. New dashboard. This will be getting hidden by Power App Logic. So yeah, so now let me make a test submission in name of Adelaide. So now first I will not fill because I have this manager name as mandatory. I will click on to submit. So it threw up an error. So my the update context has not showed up. It rises in a very short fraction of second. So I'll just enter the all the information over here. Get my dashboard type, test, test. We'll click on now. You can see progress bar executed, and it redirected to me onto my app. So this is how we configure the progress bar, onto the Power Apps. This is how we do some beautification, so that user should not find that his app is idle once he hits on to submit button. So this is what I had to show in today's session. Any questions or any queries? Yeah, so we have come to end of today's session. Any queries or any questions? So if there is no any other questions, so we are good to wind today's session. Thank you, everyone. Let's meet tomorrow on onto the building approval screen. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Devi.
Devi.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Devi.
Thank
Devi.
you, Devi.
Thank you, Devi.